Hi, I'm Jerry, or Summer Arts Guest Artist, and today I'm going to show you a tutorial on how to do some cool stuff in story mode. First things first, let's merge in our character, our peasant character. Deselect take 1, you don't need that, it brings in and take automatically when you merge them in. Secondly, we're going to merge in our mocap data that we shot. So go to File, Merge. Let's navigate to our anim folder. And it's going to be in mocap. And let's bring in this walking, playing the flute take. This time you want to keep the take selected. That's going to bring in our motion. So let's merge. So now we have our actor that it merges in from the mocap. Our character's still in there. As you see, when I'm scrubbing the timeline, our actor's moving, but not our peasant. Another thing you want to do is change the frame rate. The files for motive come in at 120 frames per second. Our show is 24 frames per second, so we're going to switch that. So now, to get this motion onto our character, we're going to want to go to Characters, Peasant. Under Input Type, change it to Actor, and hit Active. And now our peasant snaps to our actor. As you can see, there's motion on him now. Right now the actor is currently driving our peasant. Our peasant doesn't have any keys on the skeleton yet, so we're going to do that right now. Under Plot Character, Bake Animation from Input Actor to Skeleton. Select that button. And keep all the default attributes, those are fine. Hit Plot. And it deselects or deactivates our actor. So right now, keys are on our skeleton for our peasant character. I'm going to go ahead and hide the actor so we don't see them anymore. Click in this box, go to Show Hide, and select Actor. So now that we got this walk in, there's another take I'm going to merge in, so I can show you how to stitch in Story Tool. So let's go to File, Merge, and this time I'm going to bring in this dancing take. We can get the peasant, do a walk into a dance. So open. Again, keep this import takes box selected, and let's merge. Now it brings in a new take. We got our peasant walking, playing the flute on one take, and our dancing on another take. So we're going to do the same thing. Under Characters, double click Peasant, and this time there's a different actor that we captured. We're going to select that actor and hit Active. So now the actor's driving our character again. We're going to plot character to skeleton. And then we can hide our actor so that gets out of our way. And again, don't forget to change the frame rate from 120 frames to 24 frames. Next, let's go into Story Tool. Go ahead and I like to double click this line so I'm just working with the character track, not the shot track. And then it's coming in with the character track already. I'm going to go ahead and delete that and show you how to bring in a new character track. So in this gray box over here, just right click, insert character animation track, and it doesn't have any characters loaded in right now. We're gonna load in our peasant, and let's create a new take so we don't overwrite our existing takes. Copy data from current take to new take. I'm gonna select no. Then under navigator, let's go down to our takes and rename that take 2 to something we're going to be familiar with. Let's just name it walk to dance. Take 01. So go ahead and go back to story tool, and we're going to bring in our peasant walk playing the flute take. So select that take and right click in your timeline here and select insert current take. So, and if you hit A in your editor, it'll frame up on the whole take. So now that we're in Story Tool and Story Tool is active, if we slide this back and forth, we get to see our peasant walking. If Story Tool is turned off and we move this, it's not going to affect our character. So for now, we're going to keep Story Tool on. Our actor's walking at a diagonal right now. I like to adjust it so he's walking down one axis, either the X or the Z. Since he's coming in facing the Z axis, I'm going to have him walk down that axis. So let's find a good spot where we want him to start our walk. So he starts around here. So I'm going to select this take, or the clip, and razor it. And this first clip, I'm going to go ahead and delete that. We don't need the T-pose and him getting into the position, so I'm gonna delete that. And let's see where we want him to stop his walk. So he turns around right there. Let's stop the walk here. So same thing, select your clip, hit the razor button, and then delete the clip that you don't need. So let's adjust this so it's at the start. Next, I'm going to go to our dancing take, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to right click in our editor, insert current take, and as you can see, we got our peasant walk still in there, and our dance. So let's go ahead and adjust our character so he's going down the Z-axis and not diagonally. If you select this eyeball right here, it's going to allow you to edit the clip. So I'm going to select that. And if you have MotionBuilder set up with my key controls, you can hit W and that will bring up your manipulator. If you hit E, that will bring up your rotate. Let's go ahead and rotate him so we're going down our Z-axis. And I'm going to move him in position over his root control. So now we got him walking down the Z-axis. And then it snaps to the dance. So what we're going to do here, and our timeline's a little bit short. Select this, and this number right here is the last key, so let's change it right here to extend our timeline. Just double click and then type in your number. So I think this is a pretty cool dance right here. We can have them walk into that. So I'm going to razor this clip just like we did the peasant walk, and delete the stuff that we don't need or that we're not going to use. So then we got the peasant going into this walk. Now I like to match the character to feet positions. Hip positions work as well. So let's find where our character's foot hits the ground, which is going to be right around there maybe. We're going to give it some time to blend as well, so I'm going to use this foot where his right foot impacts the ground, where it's flat on the ground, and select your dancing clip, and under match options, we're going to go under match object and find his right ankle joint. That's the foot that we're going to match. And match position, make sure translation is selected, X, Y, Z. And we're going to match clip, our selected clip, to our previous clip. And at the time, we're going to match it, since this is the time we want to match it, we're going to select at current time and hit OK. And then go ahead and slide that clip right into where our time slider's at, and you can see how it blends together. Let's go ahead and play that. So it kind of slides into place. That's because if you look at our story, there's a lot of the walk left. So this is part of our dancing take, and then it's blending with our walking take. So let's just shorten the walk. You can see the skeleton continuing to walk right here too. That's from our peasant walk playing the flute. So I'm just going to bring it back a little bit to right around there. And then after it passes that blend, then it's straight into the dance. So there's still a little bit more. Let's just slide it back just a tad bit more. Let's see how that looks. That's feeling pretty good. Just gonna dial it back just a tad bit more. It's feeling a little bit slow in that transition. There. So that's looking pretty good. Now we're going to turn off our eyeball. We don't need to see the skeletons anymore. And we're still in story tool. That's what's driving our character right now. If we turn that off, since we're still in the dancing take, it's going to dance. The story editing we just did isn't going to affect that. So let's activate story, and let's go to the take that we created, walk to dance take, and we're going to plot our story onto this walk to dance take that we created. So right click onto our character track, and before you do that, let's set our timeline. So our last frame is at 329, so we're gonna double click over here again and change our timeline. So now let's plot to our current take. So right click on your character animation track, plot whole scene to current take, keep all the attributes at their default, and plot. So now we can turn off story tool, and on our walk to dance take we should have that in motion. Alright, so after you've done that, let's save our scene. So we're going to save as, and go up to the peasant folder, and this is where we save all of our files coming out of MotionBuilder. So I'm just going to create a new folder here and name this Walk to Dance. And let's create an FBX folder in here to keep our folders clean. We're going to have a Maya folder later on. And go ahead and save your MotionBuilder scene. I'm going to name mine Peasant Walk to Dance. Take 1, version 1. That way if we ever need to come back in here, this file will be here. It'll be saved, and if we need to make any adjustments, we can do that. I'm going to leave all the takes in there for the working file. So save. Now we're going to export just our character. That way it can be brought into Maya later on. So under scenes, select your peasant character, just left click, and then right click the little teapot and say select branches. Go to file, save selection, and let's go ahead and save it in the same directory we just saved our MotionBuilder scene. I'm going to keep the name similar, but at the end I'm going to say import. I'm going to type import there. That way we know this is meant to be imported into Maya. And then hit save. For this, we're only going to select the take that we want to be imported into Maya, which is going to be our walk to dance take. So just deselect the other ones that we don't need, and hit save. And that concludes our story tool tutorial.